This video is sponsored by OneFootball. OneFootball app makes it easier to keep up to date with the transfer news, scores and stats in one place. To download the OneFootball app, click the link in the description below.
Just where was everyone fucking at? It was just so good, because to be fair, we deserved a point out of that. I'm not having anybody else who says any different. We deserved a point. Absolutely sucker punch. But you know, where are these players in the positions? Manquillo, what the fuck? Lascelles again, just going to sleep. Diabolical. We should be seeing that game out like in what, the 94th minute? I'm not having it. I'm not having that at all.
Devastating. One moment of completely switching off. We could have had the point in the bag. And mind you, I think it was always going to be tough when we went down to 10 men. But when stay with your man at least, and one moment of switching off and Koswa. I thought Manquillo was lazy the day when he came on. I do not know what Rafa sees in the lad, to be honest. I would have maybe brung Dummett on and maybe gone to a back four, but Manquillo at the minute just really infuriates me, particularly with he just going forward all right at times, but defence wise, lazy.
I think we're poor in parts, if I'm being honest, but at some point I always thought we'd get something out of the game, but it's just unlucky at the end. I mean, obviously the sending off, I'll go straight into it. I genuinely think Lascelles would have got back, so I personally didn't think it was a sending off. That's why I was furious with Mike Dean's decision. I just think Mike Dean is an absolutely terrible referee, and I think the FA need to sack him. He's just awful.
Absolute bullshit, I'll be honest. I can't help but laugh. The defence just fell a scrambles when you concentrate in the last minute of the game. Whichever team's more switched on wins the game, and then we just lost concentration. If it was someone like, I would have took Perez off and kept Rondon on with just for a bit of strength up front, but then Perez, his legs keeps it more, so you can't really. It's not funny.
You know what? If it was like 65th minute, I wouldn't be that pissed off, but 90th minute, that just feels like last weekend when we got humped. Yeah, did well, get a goal. Actually thought that free kick before that was in.
Listen, I'm not being funny. I was on FaceTime with my girlfriend watching the match, so obviously I was doing a bit of multitasking. At 90th minute, my girlfriend says come back on camera because I was jumping in and out of FaceTime and that. I go off the camera for like a few minutes. Next thing I know, I come back, it's 2-1. Like, I'm not being funny. That red card, it shouldn't.
We're looking not to get a point, you know, for being a man down and all the things that go with it. Like, we're looking not to get a point at the end of the day, so I'm gutted that we didn't pick up a point, but the lads gave everything the hard. I can't fault them. I really can't.
Lascelles again. I don't know what's happened to him since he's had this injury or whatnot, but he just switched off. And even when the ball was taken down, he wasn't doing. There was no rush. There was no urgency or passion in it whatsoever. To just do something. Don't just stand there like a fucking pudding, like a clown. Do something. The ball shouldn't have been allowed to come in. It was a peach of a ball, but you stopped the cross coming in, and that deals with the problem. But fuck me, Lascelles, man. Do something.
Perez should have definitely took it to the corner, and then we could have maybe got the draw. And yes, definitely Lascelles was at fault for the first one, I thought. But it's just the thing I'm blaming with Manquillo. It's just the way he was getting beat a lot of the time. I definitely would say Yedlin, it was a lack of concentration, and then he made a challenge to stop the lad from going in. And for me, where I would say, I don't know if it looked like what you call a clear goal scoring opportunity, or if he was definitely the last man, then I can totally understand that. But if that was a definite red card, then that's definitely Yedlin's fault.
I think the 5-4-1 is a much better tactic because we're not as much open. We're solid at the back, but with Lascelles we're not. And having him captain, I think that's got to his head. I think the captaincy's got to his head, and I think maybe drop him for a few games, give him a sideline on the bench, get someone in who are in form like Fabian Schär, Kieran Clark, and maybe Paul Duck centre back, because I'm pretty Paul Dummett because he is like a centre back.
No, I just think there was a couple of people back, so I don't think you'd have actually been one-on-one. That's why I think yellow card, definitely, because he's took him out, but I just don't get the decision to send him off, and I just think the standard of refereeing is sort of the Arsenal game yesterday. I do think it needs to be looked at, I think.
My opinion on Perez is he's still like just coming up. He's like, I used to watch him years ago, and he was always being skillful. And I love skillful players like Neymar, Messi. That is skillful. So Perez, he's
not as good as that, is he?
He's not as good as them, but he's skillful for this level. Like for a Newcastle player to have a guy with that flair, I was like, ooh, he's a canny player. But now I don't know what's going on. Like he's just lost it. He used to be like a little swift guy going in and out. We'll put him up front, and he's not. Like obviously today he scored, but last week didn't do nothing, and he just hasn't been performing at the quality we want him. The best thing I think for him is he needs to either be replaced, come on the bench for like, last minute thing or something. But I did like him, but slowly, little by little, I'm just losing interest in him. Like I used to love watching him. He had that little flair, and he's losing it.
They've bigged up, haven't they? They've bigged up with Wolves and the investment that they've had. The fans were quiet. The singing about there's only one Mike Ashley and stuff at the end. Tacky as fuck, shite. They've had all that money put in. We've had jack shit. So pissed off, just pissed off.
Rondon looked tired. That's why I think he went off. He was exceptional, but the subs were fine. I mean, I think Fernandes might have had an injury at half time, which is why Yedlin went in the middle. But I can understand why you might have done that tactically, because Adama Traore was getting him behind with a lot of pace and that, so Yedlin could match up pace wise, and Yedlin makes a fucking stupid mistake. 100% his fault. 100%. Loses the ball and drags him down. Last man go off at the end of the day. It's on Yedlin, this one.
And also when we got the equaliser, I thought we're starting to grow into the game more as well. But I think what's cost with the day was the red card and the lack of concentration for the winner. Just heartbreaking, absolutely heartbreaking. I thought it was. Just thinking we're so close to getting a draw out the game with 10 men, and then they went and nicked it right at the end.
I did think we made it easy for them, but I think another thing that we're messed up is, like, we all love to attack as Newcastle fans. I'm not trying to be a hypocrite here, but maybe down to 10 men against a team like Wolves, that they're not obviously in the best teams in the league, but they've still got quality players that can change a game and stuff. And I just didn't really get the decision. We attacked a little bit too much. I think Mankio went a bit too far forward, but I think for the goal at the end, I love Lascelles, but what was he doing backing off, letting him have a free shot on goal? I don't blame Dubravka, and then the Wolves players just got a free header into the net. Poor.
But with Perez, I do think that he deserves the stick, because he might pop up with a goal now and then, but he just doesn't he doesn't keep the ball. Every time he gets it, we normally lose the ball. Try and get the transfer window, hopefully we can get a few players in.
Ashley out. Do you think Ashley's going to buy out?
I think that we need a solid centre midfielder, one that can use both feet. I mean, Key's good, but we need someone to cover.
When we got the goal to equalise 1-1, Perez, who is an unlikely goal scorer for Newcastle, I thought we're going to go on and win this, but it was on Sky. Mike Dean, red card. He wants to be in the spotlight all the time, so I would say it should just been a yellow. He should have just went, yellow card, and no one appealed for the red, and he just come out and give a red card, which hopefully it'll be a one-match ban. If not, you can get rescinded.
So my channel, basically I'm the Black Geordie, so I'm here from Middlesbrough. I was born in Newcastle. Actually, no, I was born in Africa. I'm not even going to lie. But I was born in Africa. I moved to Newcastle with me, man. And I was like, you know what? I didn't want to work a 9-to-5 job. So I was like, what can I do to make money? YouTube. So I started making YouTube videos, just a bit banter. I used to start off singing and dancing videos, and then people started liking my stuff.
I think he deserved the red card. As for sub, if Fernandes was injured, then I would have put on Dummett. Because if he's not going to be fit enough for... You
went for the back row.
I mean, if he's on the bench, sure, he must have some fitness. Or maybe he should have went for the back. Yedlin. I mean, he was just lack of concentration, and then he had to do that just to stop with getting a penalty.
He had to go. I mean, I know, like I say, it's a season of fucking goodwill, but you're just giving him an absolute bastard gift. You might as well put a bow on it. It was a stupid decision. I don't blame Rafa at all. At the end of the day, that was a pathetic, mindless decision what Yedlin did. He knew the position he was in. He's not inept. He knows Mike Dean's the referee. And when Mike Dean referees football matches, it's like having a box of Quality Street and just find that you've only got the coffee creams left. you're on guard, aren't you? You know. So to me, it's not Rafa's fault at all. He had done it on there. He could have brought him on, but he's had an injury that he's still recovering from, which was sort of hamstring related and stuff, against a pacey team. I personally think he's put him on there thinking the pace will counteract Traore, but your basic common sense tells you not to do that. There was another 2 players there who could have closed it down. The angle was narrowing. You didn't need to do that. Mindless, totally and utterly blasted the game plan out of the window at that point for me. Stupid.
I think we've been playing better away from home, and Huddersfield are really struggling badly this season, so I'm really hoping we do get 3 points down at Huddersfield.
I think as a team we played better with this formation. It's just we got undone by a sloppy red card and a mistake by Lascelles for the first goal. So at the end of the day, I keep playing the wing back system because it works well.
It's called Townies After Dark. We talk to like drunk people, ask them questions, silly questions like what's the worst thing you've ever done on a night out, and it's a great thing. And the great thing about now is I want to get other people involved, like other channels, just like your channel, Newcastle Fans TV, because you have been like doing so much. I've been watching you for so long, and he's on nearly 60,000 subscribers in it.
I don't think he deserves the criticism he gets sometimes, because I think, I'm not criticising fans, but what they've got to remember is most of his goals kept us up last season towards the back end of the season, and he was our top scorer. And again, he's come up with 2 crucial goals today that have almost got us a point. But I do see where they are coming from. Like when we're counter-attacking, he's so frustrated and he sometimes does mess it up and stuff. But I understand why he's in the team, and I do sometimes disagree with the stick he gets. But I think sometimes when you put on the black and white shirt, of course you're going to get criticism sometimes, because you are going to have couple of bad games. So yeah, I do understand the criticism, but I also think he gets too much.
The team played alright. It's Atsu, he was brilliant today. I liked Atsu today. I think he played really well. Richie at left back, he can't play left back. The three at the back formation's good. We just need someone who's a left back. Dummett would have got torn to shreds today. It's because he's not fit. Mudu, I would have played Mudu instead of Perez today. Even though Perez scored, I thought Mudu should have played. And Rondon, he played well. When he come off and Jocelyn come on, we knew something was going to happen. We knew we wouldn't score.
And for Yedlin, a couple of minutes into that game plan, just fucked it up. Absolutely. And you know, it was such a big game, we needed at least a point. We can't afford to be losing home game after home game after home game, because it puts the pressure too much on the away games. You know, we've been good recently away from home, but that luck will run out. Yeah? We need the 3 points. We need to get to that 20-point mark before Christmas. Huge game coming up now against Huddersfield, like huge. And now to top it off, is if that wasn't good enough, then we've got Manquillo as our option now for right back, haven't we?
What you are doing is great, by the way, and like obviously I look up to you guys because all the Newcastle YouTubers, we don't have as much support as like London, Manchester, but that hasn't stopped you guys, has it? No. So obviously as the Black Geordie and you are the white guys who can mix up, you know, bit of diversity, and that will be naughty.
Jamal Lascelles, he's been injured, and I know he's been injured, but Howie, come back and show the performance, otherwise you get dropped. You should not play for the next game. I'd play Fabian Schär when he comes back, Kieran Clark and Federico Fernandez if fit. If not, put Dummett in centre back, because Dummett can play centre back.
We need a new full back for definite. If you don't improve at full back, then I'd say number 10. We desperately need a number 10. I mean, Perez played really well today, and he kind of not done much, but in the long run we need a number 10. We've needed a number 10 since when Allen left the club and went to the Championship, so at the end of the day we need a number 10 or a left back, preferably both in January, but if Mr. Ashley in charge or Mike, we're not going to get anything from him.